Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals. Welcome back to my channel. Alright, so it's Saturday, so reading another chapter from The Art of Mental Health, drawing my way through depression and anxiety. This is the book that I wrote about my journey going through depression and anxiety back in 2015 and 16. Basically, I drew my way through those years. Drawing was my outlet to express myself and understand what I was going through. So it records all my thoughts and feelings during that time, and also all of the lessons and insights that I learned that I now take into the rest of my life, so that even though I don't have depression or anxiety anymore, we all go through struggles, we all experience pain, and so the lessons I learned through this journey hold me in good stead, and I take them into all of the rest of my life. So I'll link the playlist below if you want to catch up on the other drawings. But basically I read out the chapter, go into a bit more of the context and elaborate a bit more about what I learned and went through, and hopefully my aim of this whole series is to encourage people, let them know they're not alone, let people know that they've understood and there's nothing wrong or crazy with them, and that there's no taboo about talking about this, there's no shame. It's just humans feeling things, you know. So this one's called See Me, This Is How I Really Feel. Now this is one of my all-time favourite pictures. In the end it says, I'll read it out. This was my attempt to draw how I felt. Ugly, confused, angry, violent. I often pictured myself smashing my head into a glass wall. I would never actually do this, but there were times when I wondered if it would get so bad that I wouldn't be able to control myself. What I really wanted, though, was for people to see me, the inside of me, the ugliness, confusion, anger, violence and pain. All I wanted was to express this, but since I couldn't do this outwardly, for fear of judgment, rejection, being misunderstood, and freaking people out, I resorted to having violent visions of hurting myself. It was scary drawing this, the inside of me. When I finished, I was too afraid to look at it because the inside of me scared me. But with time, this drawing became one of my favourites because it captured me, real and raw. It's psychedelic, it's crazy, it's sad, it's lonely, it's hurt, it's desperate, it's conflicted, it's screaming, and it's silenced. The blonde side represents the ideal picture of the person I always wanted to be, but never could be. The brunette side represents the reality and how hard it can be to embrace it. Together, they represent the war that goes on inside me. It's not always pretty, but it's me. I'm learning to accept it, but my fear is that others won't know what to do with it. I heard an interview where a singer talked about a hard time she went through. It got so bad that she pictured herself driving her car into a pole. When she told this to her friend said maybe you could find a more positive way to express herself. That she could find a more positive way to express herself. The singer started writing songs. This inspired me. I like that the friend didn't freak out and tell the singer she needed to think or feel differently. She didn't tell her friend she needed to be fixed. Instead, it was as if she was saying, it's okay to feel the way you do. Find a way to express it in a way that can help you rather than destroy you. I don't want to hide behind a fake smile and an I'm thanks. I want to be real and be seen. So this is all about back during that time when I had depression and anxiety. I hid it for the first year. I was too afraid to share it, too ashamed, too scared, and afraid of judgment. And yeah, the thing is, when I didn't know what anxiety and depression was like, I probably was one of those people who was very unhelpful to those who were struggling, and would say something like, oh, just think positive, oh, it will get better, oh, get over it, which is so unhelpful. Now I know that something more helpful to say is, hey, you're allowed to think and feel the way you do. You don't need to change. I am your friend. If this is how you think and feel for the rest of your life, I'm here for you. You're okay. And I'm not going to try to fix you. I'm going to sit with that discomfort and just listen, not offer advice, only if you want it, but I'm here just to listen and be here for you and validate your feelings and thoughts. That's it. That's all I wanted during this time. I didn't want anyone to fix me. I didn't want anyone to judge me. I didn't want anyone to freak out and call the cops or anything. Be like, oh my gosh, she's having violent visions of throwing her head into a door. It's like, no, don't worry, don't freak out. I was never going to do that. All I wanted was a friend to listen to me and say, you're not crazy. and not try to change me, and just be there and sit with me in the feelings. And I know that's really uncomfortable when you're on the other side, because even now I'm like that. When I see other people struggling, I can still be, I don't know, apologize, insensitive, and not know how to sit with that discomfort and be like, oh, what have we got to do to fix this? What can I do to help? And I want to rescue people and I want to help people. But often, just stop doing that. Just let people be there in their thoughts and feelings, and let them know it's okay, and let them know you'll be there with them in that. And you're not going to try to change them or fix them or help or rescue. Help by being there. That's all. Anyway, so the other thing that this shows is just how at first I rejected myself. I rejected my real self. I not only hid it from people, but I rejected it. And the reason, because let's just put it out there, I hated myself. I hated this. But now, having walked through that journey, I can go, I love this. It's just part of me. It's nothing to be afraid of. It's a bit crazy. It's not what people want to see necessarily, but I want to see this. If this is what you look like sometimes, bring it on. I want to see it. There's nothing scary about it. It's just thoughts and feelings. We're human. We go through things. And we're allowed to share this, the real stuff. I don't want to put a fake veneer over myself anymore with a smile and I'm fine, when inside I'm breaking or whatever. This is okay. And I'm okay with it now. I want to be able to, see change in the world, I suppose, so that everyone can be okay with this. Whatever is inside you, we don't have to be afraid of it. And if we see this in other people, we don't have to be afraid of it either. And that way we can get rid of the stigma, we can get rid of the taboo. Some people find this really hard to look at. That's the problem. We've got to be okay with looking at this. We've got to be okay with looking at darkness and ugliness and brokenness and confusion and pain. We've got to be okay with looking at that. So maybe you're like, oh gosh, I can't look at that. And I was that person. As soon as I drew this, I was like, oh gosh, take it away. I can't look at that. I can't face it. It's too horrible. Too scary. I was the problem. I was rejecting myself. I was hating myself. I was afraid of myself. I had to learn to embrace myself, ugliness and all, realness and all. I had to learn to love myself, and I did. This is still part of me, not to this extent, but we all have ugliness in us. We all have parts of ourselves that are dark or broken and wounded, and it's okay. We're human. I'm okay with looking at this now, and I hope that you can join me in being okay with looking at this part of ourselves and each other. It's all okay. If you can relate to this at all, if you have any thoughts, feel free to write that down below. As I always say in these videos, you never know when your story might help someone else. Your experience, your insights might help someone else. It might not help everyone, but who knows, it could help one person out there, and that's enough. So just remember, guys, you are absolutely amazing. No matter how you think or feel, you are amazing. No matter where you find yourself in life, take care of yourself in this moment. You are absolutely amazing. You're a precious gem. You're a treasured jewel. You are a gift to the world. By being you, you bring light, beauty, and goodness. When we share our brokenness and our pain, that's one of the ways, when we are vulnerable, that's one of the ways we share light, actually. Because we bring light to the darkness, and we bring connection when people feel alone. So share this stuff. It's good, it's good, it's good. Anyway, be yourself. Shine bright out there. You bring light and goodness and beauty however you feel, just by being you. So anyway, I'm rambling. Be you. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.